This is a promo for a new reality show, Meet the Russians.
Driven by success, they know no boundaries. London's established order is about to change. Welcome to the revolution.
Meet the Russians. Coming soon, first on Fox.
This show is a typical stereotype of Russian people's image. Apart from general ideas about Russia and its citizens, another image of them as immigrants became very popular. Estate agents call them perfect buyers, and men are known to walk around with suitcases full of cash. Hear what some Londoners think about Russian stereotypes.
The thing that you always hear is sort of vodka drinking, kind of very hardy. It's got to be pretty cold in Russia, even though it's pretty cold here.
Middle-class Russians that go to Turkey for holiday wear awful shorts and socks and flip-flops. And then there's also the Russian oligarch that walks into Christie's South Kensington and blows £1 million on something that they know nothing about.
What people might not know is that there are around 400,000 Russians living in the UK, with the majority situated in London. On Russian Embassy website there are a lot of different communities around the country. I spoke to a member of Russian community in Milton, Keynes about how the idea of community came up.
I used to live in different cities and towns within the UK, and then once moved into Milton Keynes, me and some other friends of mine, we started different activities for the Russian community, informal activities such as informal meetings, getting together and so on. And then since last June, which means June 2013, we officially established the community as a non-profit charity organization with the purpose of getting all the Russian-speaking locals together, educating Russian children, and helping basically all the people around to get a better life in Milton Keynes and surroundings.
So far we've discovered that yes, there are some stereotypes about Russians, and yes, some of those are true, and yes, there are other Russians who are far from typical ideas. But still, the question remains the same: what is it so thrilling about this place that keeps attracting Russian immigration? First, Russians moving to Britain are ready to spend, so much so that British economic commentators say that if the Russian money vanishes, there is going to be one heck of a gap. Second, a new wave of Russians, a generation who studied in the UK, are highly skilled and even B or even trilingual. They are a smart lot, lawyers, insurers, and other successful professions. There are people who are totally international. Lastly, the taxation system in the UK suits immigrants from different countries, and businesses are easy to start, unlike other European countries. However, not all UK population shares the same positive views about Russia. With the Olympics in Sochi coming up next year, people around the world are protesting against the new legislation allowing police to arrest anyone being a homosexual or pro-homosexual. I asked some Russian students about their opinion regarding this issue.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think that people are being washed with propaganda every day in TV shows and everything for which is saying that gays, being gay is bad. I think it's the way that you're born, and it's nothing to do with the environmental, like the learning environment or anything. Also, I think that all the societies are legalizing it now, and it's a normal thing, having legalized marriages and everything. While all the countries are actually developing, I think Russia, with those kind of laws, they're basically taking a step backwards.
I do agree with this legislation because I don't think that homosexual people they should kind of show their homosexuality on the streets, because it would affect my children, and I don't want that my small children would see how two guys will be kissing each other, or I think it's not right, and I think there is no place for such people in Russia.
While Russia and Vladimir Putin have some human rights issues to tackle, Russian high-profile individuals seem both comfortable and successful in the UK. Amongst those is Russian oligarch and Chelsea Football Club owner Roman Abramovich, or the owner of UK's Evening Standard and independent newspapers Alexander Lebedev and his son Evgeny Lebedev. Dina Baybusynova, Buckingham News.